Hello ladies and welcome to Start the Week Stamping with Linda. Today we're going to have a look at this stamp set, which actually is going to feature in July's coffee and card, and you'll be getting this stamp set, and because it's such a reasonably priced stamp set, you'll be getting a Bermuda Bay ink, and I'm thinking Calypso Coral, although I haven't actually decided yet. I'm thinking those two colours, maybe a different one. And obviously if you do want to buy the kit and you've already got one of these two colours, you can always substitute it for something else. And you will need our friend Memento Tuxedo Black ink as well, but everything else will be provided. So, but we're not going to use the Calypso Coral today. I'm going to use the Bermuda Bay. And I've seen quite a few. I like the way it's got everything twice. So it's got the big thanks birthday happy hello friend, and then it's got the fancy birthday happy hello thanks and friend. So each one's repeated, then it's got a little bit of a background stamp there as well. So what I'd like to do today is one of these. I've seen quite a few cards with like happy, and then one of them has got the birthday on. And obviously the best way to do that, to get everything to line up perfectly, is to use your Stamparatus. And I have slightly cheated that I've already set it up. So I'll just pop this off to one side because I don't need it just yet. Right, so we have our trusty Stamparatus and we've got the mat in place there. Okay, and what I actually did was I marked, I can barely see it now, in fact I can't find where I put it now, but I marked the centre of this side, and then with this there, I lined up the happy stamp with the centre of the card. So I've got one in the middle, and then I'll have two above, two below, because I thought that was the easiest way to sort it out. And then once I'd done that and worked out where everything was going to be, I then lined up the birthday, so it's half covering one of the happies, well, two of the happies, the top of one and the bottom of the other, and just in the middle. So I have got a practice piece that I was messing with, which is here. And I started off with the birthday straight across the happy, and I didn't like that. And also it was too far over, so I tried it on the half and half and preferred it. I also have embossed this side here once I'd decided that this was probably the layout I was going to go with, and I like the variation in, so that's in depth of colour, so that's first generation, second, first generation, second, first generation. So, and I just thought there was a bit of a gap there, so I did a bit of embossing on there. I could put a piece of ribbon on there, or some of this, my favourite at the moment. In fact, that's an unopened one, excellent. The plaited, or the braided linen thread, here it is, here's the opened one. Which I thought would still, would do for a gentleman's card, do for a lady card. So we shall see with this one. So as I say, when I'm thinking about a card, just start and play. Paper's got two sides, have a mess around. I started with a bigger piece of card, and I've chopped it down a bit, but the thing is I'll keep this because I can then use it. If I wanted to do that again, I can just use this to position my stamps, and then you can just go for it. Right, so we're all ready to go. So I've got a piece of card here, and this is 9.5 centimetres by 13.9 centimetres, so it's sort of the second size down from the full size card. I've also got a piece of basic black, and this one is 10 centimetres by 14.4, and then I've got a Bermuda Bay card base, which is 21 centimetres by 14.9, well 14.8 and a half, and then scored at 10.5 as the base card. Okay, so a nice simple straightforward card, as we do on stamping, Start the Week Stamping. So as I say, I set it up like that in the middle, so I could move it backwards and forwards to get the stamps where I wanted them. So I'm actually going to start at the bottom and work my way up. Obviously if I'd put it in the middle and then put it on there, it wouldn't go down any. That's why you need to put the plate higher up. So just going to ink that up with the Bermuda Bay and pop that down. So we'll stamp that one. Fairy fingers, lift it up, just check it's not moved, and then take it up a slot, and then we've got a second generation stamping there, all in line. Okay, and then we lift it up again, just making sure it's still in line, and I'm going to ink it up again to do our first generation stamping. There we go, and then lift it up. I'm going to have to put that magnet somewhere else because it's completely lifting the card. I'll put it there now because obviously I've finished down this side. Lift that up and pop it down again so that we're getting the happy in the slightly paler. Just missed the P there, just pop that down again, which is the nice thing about the Stamparatus. And of course we're completely lined up here. Yeah, oops, taking it out. I didn't want to do that because I have another one to do. Where was I up to? Yeah. So stamp, 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 and again we're back onto primary stamping. So, and that just fits on just nicely there at the top. This stamp is just under an inch tall, which is why it works doing it like this. So there we go, we've got 3 happies in dark colours and 3 happies in pale, 2 happies in pale. So, and then I'm just going to turn that over and just double check I'm happy with where the birthday is, and I am. So you see it's just overlapping the bottom of the darker one and a little bit of the lighter one as well. So, and I was thinking because you also have the friend, so you could put birthday and then friend underneath as well if you wanted to, which I am planning to do on some of the cards in the coffee and card. So there we go, so just pop that down, and fairy fingers because it's very fine font, just going to allow the ink to pass over onto the paper. There we go, and I think that looks really nice. I'm going to give that just a little extra ink, just tap it again and just stamp it again just to make it stand out a little bit more. And again, that's the advantage with the Stamparatus, providing the card hasn't moved, you're not going to get a double image. There we go, so it stands out a bit more now when you do it the second time. We were finding that with the puffins class, that having a Stamparatus and being able to stamp the puffin twice meant you got a much darker black puffin. So it's equally good without, but it is a useful tool to have. Right, okay, so we're just going to pop this together. So, oh, to emboss or not to emboss, or maybe we can have a play with some ribbon. Let's see. So I'll pop this off to one side if I can find a square to put it. Okay, there we are. And I think maybe 2 or 3 winds of this would just finish it off. It's just that bit thicker than the old linen thread, which is still available. So I'm just going to, can't find, there we go. So there's my tape, and we're on this side here. So I'm just going to put a piece of tape on there just to fix it to start with. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I think there, and then I think maybe twice round, just pull it so it's nice and taut. Round again, and yeah, I didn't do the bottom, did I? So I need to put something on there to stick that to. Let's just see what I think. I think I might do the second. Oh, actually that is the first one. Let's just move it over a smidge. I never know whether I should like completely prepare before I do these, so I am just going through and just making a card that I know exactly what I'm doing, or whether we should fly by the seat of our pants like I am doing today and design as we go. Cannot get that to be as straight as I want. I think because it slightly undoes on the plait when you fold it, it's not staying as flat as I would like. There we go. So that's nice. Yeah. I think it's quite nice with the tram lines on there, and I think, oh shh, don't tell anyone, I'm just going to trim that off. Oh, ribbon scissors, there they are. That's just because I didn't put any tape down that side. I thought I was saving tape and I ended up wasting ribbon. Can't win, can you? So the plan is now that I've completely bent it, is that's going to stick on the black, which is then going to stick on the Huda Bay. So we'll get our glue out, a couple of dots of glue on the ribbon or on the cord, and then round the edges, nice fine line, or she says as it blobs everywhere. Fine line. I didn't do any crafting yesterday, or today rather. This is my first craft, so it's been sat upside down in its cup all day, so it is really all at the bottom. And just being careful, obviously, because you've got some tape on there, and once tape is down, it's much harder to remove than when with the wet glue you don't get the wriggle room the same. So don't press it till you're happy. I'm happy with that. So I think that would be lovely for a bloke. If you wanted to make it for a girl, you could always do a quick bow and glue dot it on there. And then I'm just going to put some glue on here and build the card rather. So I'm quite pleased with that. I think that would do for either a boy or a girl. And you could use it as a thank you card or a happy birthday, hello friend. Any of the sentiments would do really, really well. And I think I like the way they were doing the two different, the stamping off. And obviously because I'm doing them one after another, it will be fine. Right, looks like I've timed the end of that really well because the swimmers are back. They've been doing some open water swimming at the lake near us. Organised, I'd just like to say. So as I say, these are the supplies I've used. And if you want to join the coffee and card for July, just put a comment below and I'll send you an invite to the class. So thank you for joining me today, and I will see you next week. Bye.